The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
All right. Welcome back to the Big Yak Podcast. This is episode 54. I am not Mike Pareto. I am your host today, Nico Salambenny. Mike is joining the the Post Malone groupie show. He went from the Post Malone show in Darien Lake, and now he's in Toronto enjoying the show. He's got some cool opportunities over there, so he's not in today. But along with me is special guest, friend of the show and friend of mine, Terrell Ford. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back, man. I appreciate it.
How have you been? What's been going on?
Oh, man, it's been good, man. Just grinding, working out.
Yes, sir.
Consistently, a few
Training.
times a day or whatever, trying to get back on. Well, not back on for the first time, but, just taking it one day at a time, though.
Good. Yeah. Any news on your end? Anything going on?
Not right now. Things are pretty slow right now because you had NFL training camp starting. XFL and USFL just finished their seasons with the showcases and starting up. And then the new Arena League that's coming out, the AFL, back. So things are pretty slow right now. So hopefully, like in the next couple of months, you start to know what's really going on.
Yeah. What are any important dates coming up? Any combines or anything like that?
For me
coming?
right now, no, not right now.
Got you.
Yeah.
Good. Keep training. Are you still training at STA? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So how's that going?
Oh, it's going good. I've been going there since I was like in middle school. So
yeah.
It's been a constant thing. It's just kind of like now it's just kind of like it's more of a job now. Instead of like training for like college, like I know I'm going back to school and the season's coming up now. It's like it's something I do every day. Like I've been training for like 7 months straight now. So
since we probably talked
exactly
the first time. Yeah.
Exactly. So so that I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in because that's all I'm doing now.
Right.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
No, for sure.
Yeah, the last time we were there at STA, it was me and Cam Fassini. Actually, we did a video, that hype video. That
came out pretty dope.
That was fun. Yeah.
That was cool. It was cool.
And that facility was great, and,
Yeah.
and that whole staff was really great, and they were accommodating for us too, even though we just like rolled in like video
they're
cameras and
super
on.
cool. They're great people there. It's an awesome place to work out at. So that's why pretty much I don't think I'll ever stop going there as long as I'm in Buffalo. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Shout out STA.
Most definitely.
Ben, what's going on with you? How was your weekend?
I've been dying.
Yeah. What's going on? You got an ear issue?
I don't even know what it is at this point. I've just been fighting an illness.
You went swimming.
Yeah.
In a pool. He had to explain to me in Lockport. Okay. Before the show, he goes, I thought he said in a pool, but it was in Lockport. Okay.
No, like it was a pool in Lockport. It was my friend's pool.
Okay.
I came back. I had water in my ear. I must not have noticed. And then came back the next day, and my ear started hurting, and then I started feeling like a sore throat coming on, and then now I'm just congested.
Yeah.
I'm very congested now.
Downhill from there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I got some Yankees from the Como though.
Ayo. So I gotta ask. Anytime anyone says, Molly makes fun of me when I say it. Gnocchi. That's how you say it, right?
I'm Italian. So
she looks at me and laughs when I say it. She's not Italian. I think she just thinks it sounds funny, but
regardless of what anybody says, I'm Italian. I have Italian blood, so
yes, sir.
What I say is right.
So gotta ask the Italian. How do you say this? Gnocchi? Let us know in the chat. Is it gnocchi?
I don't even care.
So yeah, for my weekend, I went to Zoomagination. Have you guys heard of that? The Buffalo Zoo. I went. I didn't go last year, but I went this year.
Yeah.
And Zoomagination is essentially, for those that don't know, it's at the Buffalo Zoo. They do it every Wednesday through Sunday for every week in the summer, and they put on a light show, and it's like the celebration of Asian culture as well, which was really cool. It was awesome. They got a beer garden, and they have
pretty cool.
everything all lit up at night, all these different kinds of lanterns. Yep. We saw there were cultural dances and performances too, and then they had their own beer too. It was the Buffalo Zoo Zoomagination beer. It was a rice beer made by Rusty Nickel in Buffalo. awesome. That was good beer. It was a great time. I recommend anyone to go to Zoomagination during the weekend.
Go this year. They didn't have that last year. Well, I wasn't there when they had the dancers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no, they
check it
really
out.
beefed it up.
Yeah.
I was shocked. We went in and we thought we were just gonna see the lights and all that, but yeah, no, there was a whole thing to it.
That's pretty dope.
So we Mike's already given us some love in the chat. He says, "I love the Big Yak. Big Yak is my life. Let's go." Thank you for the love, Mike. How's Toronto treating you? I'll give him some time to answer that, but let's just hop right into it. We have a lot to cover, a lot of news this week. Starting with DeAndre Hopkins going to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
What's up with that? So he signed a 2-year, $26 million deal with incentives that he could reach $15 million in the first year. So he's still getting paid wide receiver one
The
money.
Instagram comments are just hilarious on the
Yeah.
post that they made. ESPN made, I think.
Yeah.
They were like, they just kept talking about how he wanted the ring chase and he went to the Tennessee Titans. Oh, they said they have the Walmart employees throwing the ball to him.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Terrell, you being a wide receiver, do you got any thoughts on going that over?
I mean, somebody offering you $26 million like that. I mean, I thought he was gonna go to Patriots though.
Yeah.
I thought he would go there because I know him and Belichick have like a good history. And
They're
stuff.
really tight.
But I know that they have an interest in thing going over there in Tennessee with the quarterbacks. Like Malik Willis could be really good. You know what Tannehill has, and then you have Levis. So it's definitely gonna be good having like a elite number one. I think he still has it. I mean, I don't think he's gonna fall off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously DeAndre Hopkins, he benefits all three of those quarterbacks, but it's cool to see for Ryan Tannehill, he has that one last shot, you know, to kind of call it before he calls it a career. I think he's 34 going into his age 35 season this year.
Yeah.
But then you have the young guys Malik Willis and Will Levis who have a true alpha veteran to throw to too.
Yeah.
So that's only going to help their case and just someone to be around in that locker room.
Then they still have Trey Burks as well. So a young guy for D-Hop to like mentor and stuff would be pretty dope too.
Yeah, I'll be really interested to see. I don't know if they'll slot DeAndre Hopkins into the X or the Z. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna slot him in. Or it could switch around.
Yeah. I mean, I know I love D-Hop, so I definitely put him at the X. Like,
Yeah.
That's your guy. Like, you just gotta go to D-Hop. Like he catches everything. So.
Right. I mean, we all saw during the the Cardinals game.
Yeah. He don't drop anything.
Yeah. So DeAndre Hopkins to the Titans. He follows the footsteps too of Julio Jones, Andre Johnson, Randy Moss spent time on the Titans.
Yeah.
All of these all-time great wide receivers joining the Titans late in their career. Let's see if they can. It's the retirement home. Is it truly the wide receiver graveyard? Can we call it the wide receiver graveyard?
I mean, I don't want to say that.
We'll see how DeAndre Hopkins does.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like the Madden curse. I think of where it's like, oh, once you're on the cover of Madden, like it'll you're gonna have a bad season. Will DeAndre Hopkins change the curse of older wide receivers going to Tennessee?
I feel like they were all in like different stages of the career as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think I seen something like Randy Moss was like, because he's my favorite player all the time. I think they said something like he was on his third team that season. Like
He I was looking at the stats. So he was on the Vikings again that season. He was on the Titans, and there was another team.
The Niners, I
on.
think.
The
it
Niners.
was.
Yeah.
So it was like D-Hop is coming off a season. Like if he didn't get hurt, he was well over 1,000 yards. I mean, he's still in his prime. I think some of those guys were maybe a little past their prime.
And even, DeAndre Hopkins only played 10 games last year,
Exactly,
and he's
yeah.
still
with
pulling
like
up
a
his
third
stats
string
right
with
now.
third string quarterbacks
Right.
playing. So
with Colt McCoy throwing him the ball too, and he still had actually only 9 games played, had 64 catches, 717 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So that's still numbers given the situation.
Yeah, he missed half the season.
Yeah.
I mean, so like you're still gonna get good production on him. And I think who else? You had Andre Johnson and Julio. He had a lot of injuries.
Yep. Yeah, Julio's at the point where I think he was even older. I think he was 33 or 34 by the time.
And then
he
with
went
the injuries he
Titans.
had, it's pretty tough for him. So like I feel like the graveyard thing is a little kind of like shaky because like when you really look at it, it's like, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I hear you. Moving on next is the running back situation. There have been a lot of controversy surrounding the running back situation regarding contracts and long-term deals. Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs don't have a deal. And running backs, like I saw Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, they all spoke their concerns and their thoughts on Twitter about it. I'm pulling up their what they said right now. They had, Austin Eckler. So it all stemmed from this tweet by Matt Miller. He's an NFL draft scout on Twitter.
Yeah.
He made this tweet. He said, been saying it for years. Draft a running back, play the running back. If he's good, franchise tag the running back one time, and then draft a running back. So this is kind of like the big take with analysts. This is the analyst take. This is what the numbers say, quote unquote. And I don't know. In my opinion, that kind of takes some of the value of the player away as a human being. Like, these are still guys with jobs at the end of the day, and to kind of just like equate them to a number. I don't know. I don't know if I would have tweeted. Knowing the platform that I have, knowing the consumer base that I have, and knowing that a lot of players are going to probably see what I'm saying, I probably would have watched my tongue, and he is getting the blowback. Jonathan Taylor says he quote tweeted it and said, "If you're good enough, they'll find you. 2, if you work hard enough, you'll succeed. If you succeed, you boost the organization, and then doesn't matter, you're a running back." Kind of, and he did it in the same format as Matt Miller tweeted. And then Derrick Henry says, "At this point, just take the RB position out of the game. Then the ones that want to be great and work as hard as they can to give up their all to an organization just seems like it don't even matter. I'm with every running back that's fighting to get what they deserve." And then
I agree with him.
Yeah, I agree with that
Just
too.
Derrick Henry.
Najee Harris says, "I agree with my running back brothers around the NFL. History will show that you need running backs to win. We set the tone every game and run through walls for our team and lead in many ways. This notion that we deserve less is a joke." So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
It's just weird. I don't even know why somebody would say that, to be honest. Like, that's just a terrible take.
Right. As someone who's an NFL, who is high up in journalism and very well regarded on Twitter, I don't know if I would have said that, knowing the platform that I have.
No, for sure. I mean, it's just crazy to see how the running back position is like kind of turning out, and like guys like Andy Reid and like Belichick have showed you don't need like an elite running back to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. And so, but I feel like the NFL is a copycat league, so everybody starts to follow that, and it kind of sucks that like for guys like the fact that Dalvin Cook is still a free agent. But then you have, like, Joe Mixon takes a pay cut. Mm-hmm. So it's like it doesn't make it any good. It
hurts the situation, exactly. Yeah. And then I saw a tweet that guys like Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, I seen that.
He's a 7th-round pick, so he's not going to make a lot.
Yep.
And given the way that the running back structure is in today's league, by the time he either gets tagged or signs a first deal, he's not going to see the same amount of money that a player that is as skilled as him or is ranked as high as him in another position will make. I mean, honestly, if he was a wide receiver, he'd probably be making his second deal would probably be like a $10 to $12 million deal.
No,
but given the running back situation, he might only have $3 to $4 million on a second deal, and that is even if he gets one.
Yep.
So this will be really interesting to see, and like you said, it's a copycat league, and there tend to be trends.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry brought back the big
running,
running back
power
power run.
Now you see guys like Josh Jacobs.
You saw Josh Jacobs. You saw the Ravens' offense as a whole was all
Nick
rushing.
Chubb. Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Oh my goodness! Did you see that video of Nick Chubb?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Of squatting.
Yeah.
The bar's bending. When the bar's bending, you got it. You got it.
600 at least.
But it was interesting though. Like a few years ago, like before Todd Gurley got hurt.
Yep.
Like you see, like how important he was. One of the main reasons they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And if he didn't get hurt, what happens? Like they might win a Super Bowl with him being like the lead guy.
Exactly.
It's like so. I think once there's like another team that starts to implement, maybe it's like the Falcons with Bijan Robinson. Like maybe other teams will start to copycat.
5 to 10 years. I give it like 5 to 10 years before running backs really like come
shift back into a power back.
Yeah, because people are gonna wide receivers. They're just too. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm not gonna lie. I had an idea.
It's a passing league. I was kind of picking
Yeah.
up what you were going to say. Yeah, it's a passing league right now, and I mean, you got your Patrick Mahomes and your
Especially
Josh
when
Allens
you
of the world who
have-
are slinging the rock.
Yeah.
Especially when you have when you go into a league where it starts forming like it's really only wide receivers. It's very easy to pick up because you have those linebackers. They don't really need to watch the run because
Right.
you have no run.
Right. It's even your running backs are in the backfield catching passes.
Exactly.
They're running slant routes and they're running fades from the backfield.
No, for sure.
So it'll be really interesting to see again, like you said, a guy like Bijan Robinson who
Yeah.
looks the part to be a generational back, and even Atlanta as a whole with that combination of Cordell Patterson, him, and Tyler Algier.
Yep.
You might see that it's a running back by committee world. It's a passing back world, but I don't know. I think Bijan Robinson has that opportunity to do what Derrick Henry once did. And even what Saquon Barkley did before he got hurt after his rookie year.
Saquon was, oh man, he was a dog.
He looked
Even
good
then-
last season.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, last season he still brought it back, but it's like he almost like came back into like a new era.
Yeah,
of
things were a little
backs.
different. Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. The whole running back
The
situation
game is always evolving.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
changing.
definitely.
It's evolving. Like you said, in another 5-6 years, you're probably going to see it being more running back centric again. The running backs are going to be some of the higher paid
Maybe they'll
players
get,
in the
like,
league.
The line start running the ball.
Yeah, get the lines going.
You
it's
never
funny.
know.
I was getting my hair cut today, and I walk into Taj. Shout out Taj, but he just like plays whatever like while he's cutting hair. It's like YouTube. It was an NFL video that was 30 minutes of just straight power runs. NFL put this video out,
Yeah.
30 minutes straight
I
of
think
power
we know
runs.
his opinion on the matter.
So I was sitting there, I was like, dang, like this league will come back to it. This
Yeah.
league will come back to the
100%,
bruisers.
right?
They always do.
Running backs are such a crucial part of any team, and like you see, like Andy, like what he said, like Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, they don't really utilize it, but there's a lot of coaches that will see from the team that, or like all the teams that are copying them, you'll see a lot of usage of running backs because nobody really will know how to defend them. against
Right,
them.
it's right. Game plans kind of shift, and then we kind of like move away from that role, and then all it takes is another team to find that weakness and find out that these teams are kind of building theirs to, maybe they're running a lot more like 3-3-7 schemes or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
But that's the running back situation. We have a lot more news to cover, so we'll keep going. Madden is slowly dropping all their ratings.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald once again joins the 99 club. Justin Jefferson is in the club.
Yep.
Zach Martin joined the 99 club.
Yeah.
It was the wide receivers, defensive linemen, running backs, offensive linemen.
D lineman.
D linemen and
Safeties.
safeties. Yep,
Safeties.
safeties got released. Any big shockers that you guys saw at all?
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't
trying to
check.
think.
I gave up on Madden in like 2022.
That's fair.
It was interesting to see Zach Martin in 99. I think they said that's the first guard to be a 99 since like 03 or
Yes.
something like that. So I'm like, that was interesting because usually Trent Williams is always the highest rated.
Trent Williams.
Yeah.
I would even think like Quentin Nelson had the opportunity, or
And
was
Lane
close
Johnson
to
was
it.
really high too, and he was like a 98, 97 or something like that. I thought that was interesting.
Lane Johnson 98. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at right now. Zach Martin 99, like we said. Miles Garrett's a 98. Nick Bosa's a 98.
Nick Bosa's, how about that guy? He's so cool. He's still on the Chargers.
No, you're thinking of
No,
Joey
you take
Bosa.
Joey, yeah.
Nick Bosa's his little brother on the Niners.
They're
Am I
both.
thinking of
They're an interesting
These are
an
the-
interesting bunch.
Nick Bosa's the defensive player?
They're both
Yeah,
They're both defensive
same
ends.
positions.
Oh, maybe I am. I don't know. One of them. The one on the Chargers.
And Joey.
Joey Bosa.
And Joey's good too though.
Joey's. He's been a monster. For years.
Yeah, no.
Going back into these rankings, Micah Parsons is now officially listed as a right end, 97 overall. So that puts him at number 3 overall ranked defensive end, which is pretty cool. Devontae Adams is a 97.
Dog.
Stephon Diggs, I think, was either the 4th or 5th highest ranked wide receiver.
4th, I think.
With 96 overall,
Yeah.
which was, I think that was a solid rating for him.
No,
Although his
definitely.
speed stat is low, his speed's only a 92.
That's the thing about Madden. Like, if you're not a 90, if you're not a 90, like 6 speed and up, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like if you're 94 speed, 91, it's like the same thing, really.
Yeah.
You're not gonna beat anybody, dude.
Tyreek Hill is back at a 99 speed
Yeah.
and 99 acceleration too.
Of course.
So Dolphins are going to be a cheat code. We already know that.
Yeah.
I don't know where they put Jalen Waddle yet.
I
But,
think he was a 90. I think he's like an 80, like 8 overall or something with like a 98 speed.
he 98 speed. Yeah.
JMO too is
Mhm.
like 98 speed or something like that.
I saw that. This Dolphins offense is going to be a cheat code on Madden.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah.
They have and then they have Chosen Anderson, who I think is a
Yeah.
96 speed
Yeah,
too.
he's a blazer too.
And then Devin Akane, the rookie,
Oh yeah.
he's got I think a 95 or 96 speed too.
Yep.
So a lot of speed coming out of that Miami Dolphins offense. You're gonna see a lot of guys online using them, and it's not gonna
man.
be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be that speed. Oh my god, just go balls all game. I'm interested to see how it is though. If it's pretty much the same game or
It'll probably be the same game.
yeah.
I saw
I
that
give up hope.
they did a revamp of franchise, and I feel like they keep
Yeah,
saying
that's
they're
what I heard.
revamping
I love
franchise,
franchise.
Yeah,
franchise
franchise.
was back in like when I was playing Madden,
Yeah.
20, 21, 22. Franchise was my thing. All I'm gonna say is I'm a Dolphins like bandwagon because like back in the day I played franchise mode.
but yeah.
It was face of the franchise.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I got drafted to the Dolphins, and I was like, I don't even know. But I think I was QB, and I was just lobbing
They
the
didn't tank
ball.
for Tua; they tanked for Ben.
Yeah. I don't even remember my name in the game. It was something
Oh,
stupid.
man.
I was young.
We my Madden cycle is you get the game. All right, I dump like money that I don't want to say as much that I spend on Ultimate Team. Go in and grind
Oh,
Ultimate Team
come
over
on.
and over and over. I
Nico.
play it for days straight.
You're one of those.
And then I
people.
drop it. This always happens after
Yeah.
like a couple
Don't you
weeks. I drop Ultimate Team, and it's like, did I just waste all that money?
All that money.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I typically just do like online leagues with all my friends.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
See,
no, that is really fun.
I
it's
want
pretty
to.
fun.
I want to
I
have
don't
enough
have
people.
any friends.
You got to send me an invite.
Yeah,
to
we
this
we
league.
usually do like a group meet. Like
Yeah.
some guys I have no clue who they are, but like it's just fun though because like you schedule games, you
Yeah.
advance like every few days.
Yeah,
I
it's,
wanted-
is it in franchise mode?
Yep,
Yeah.
franchise
I gotta
mode.
see. I
Yeah.
gotta hop into.
Yeah,
that.
no, it's pretty cool,
That's
man.
something I need
I
to
tried
do.
to get one of those set up in I think 22, but like I had like 3 people maybe.
It's
join.
tough. Yeah, because
Yeah.
then half the time you're just facing computers.
Exactly,
I
yeah.
did that.
Like a full league would be really fun.
Yeah, no, it's really fun.
Big Yak Madden franchise.
Big Yak. Hey, if we get enough following, people that want to join the Big Yak Madden League, we get all
That'd be
previous
sick.
guests in here. We get some people watching at home in here. I think we could put something together.
What system do you guys play on?
I play PS5.
Okay, me too.
Xbox.
All right.
Oh man.
I got a
Uh,
PS4.
Aren't they adding cross-platform? Did
They
I
are.
make
They
that up?
are.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, I just get the game for free now because it's always added to the Game Pass. Game Pass is so good. They just added they're adding Call of Duty like
Are they
all
really?
every.
I know
they-
they're adding
They
GTA
turned
too. I saw
every si-
that.
They already added it.
They already added it.
They turned on every single Call of Duty server. Like,
Really?
Like
they,
I just downloaded Black Ops 2 today.
They turned all of them back on.
Yeah. So you can go play.
Hold up, we're about to turn into a gaming podcast real quick. I need to hear about this.
No, so because Activision got bought by Xbox,
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Yep. Mhm.
So because they're adding I think it's next year because the deal with Sony runs out next year. They're adding every single COD to the game,
Yeah.
to Game Pass, and they turned on just a couple days ago. They just turned on every single server.
All the servers
So I
are
just went on Black Ops 2. I hopped
from
in
all
a-
the prior games.
Yeah,
That's
I hopped
crazy.
in a Black Ops 2 multiplayer lobby. I was playing zombies with some friends.
That's
I might
wild.
have to make some runs back into Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3.
Man.
Like that's
Dude, Black
that was
Ops-
my
Black
heyday.
Ops,
Yeah, Black Ops 2 Zombies was the I said I got this from my friend, but he was like they were debating like whether Black Ops 2 Zombies or Black Ops 3 Zombies was the best, and he was like definitely Black Ops 2 because the 2-hit because like in Black Ops 2 you would die you would go down if you got hit twice by zombies, and he was like that's where boys became men. And I was like, that's the truest statement I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember 12-year-old me playing the game.
Oh yeah, you're younger
just-
than us.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I was
I'm
like
about to say
16,
12. I'm like,
17
man, I was a little old.
Yeah.
I was a little old.
I mean, you guys are.
You guys remember when Black Ops 3 had the when they did the every zombies map ever came
Yeah.
out?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That
dude. Black Ops 2 Origins, man. It was such a good map. It's Origins, then Buried.
Yep.
Those are top two. My friend said he liked the farm. I was like, what's wrong with you? Sort of-
Farm was okay. It was all right when you had a squad going and you're like, listen, I'm
hated
trying
all-
to get to round
I hated
30.
all those because it was farm, transit, and town. I like town. Town was
Transit
alright.
was fun. What do you mean?
No, transit's did you like transit?
It was all right.
No, transit was just terrible.
Those were the days, man.
Good old days before there was any concern that we had. My biggest
Paying the
concern was
bills.
I had a social studies homework due on Friday.
Yeah, if I had practice or
I didn't
something.
even-
Trying to cram an assignment in for a class.
That's the Madden rating segment. Are you guys getting Madden this year?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'll probably just get it up for free.
Yeah,
Game
you'll
Pass.
get it. Whatever.
I'll-
Yeah.
I'll probably
cool.
have my best friend buy it and then just game share it with me.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that.
I'll find a
gotta
lady
gotta
that'll
get the
buy it
Josh
for me.
Allen cover.
Isn't it like $70 now?
Yeah, it's
They
like
upped
70
it.
now.
They upped it.
Yeah, with the next gen stuff, they raised everything by
Everything.
like $10.
$10.
I can't do it anymore. Like unless they show me that the game is just completely different. Like that's the only way I'm buying the next FIFA. It's not even gonna be called the next FIFA.
It's like FC something
It's
like
FC.
that. Right?
It's
Yeah.
FT 24 because they
Did the naming rights run out?
Yes.
yeah FIFA dropped the naming rights and they're doing some crypto thing. But they still have like all the
It's the same.
they
Everything's
all
like
have
the
all
same.
the rights
Yeah.
for like every other like all the clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
just not
just-
FIFA.
It's just not. So they're calling it FC. That's just smart.
All right, I'll take it. Moving on, the Browns unveiled their new helmet, or their alternate helmet.
Those are
They're going to be playing a game. I think one game in them this year.
Yeah.
Have you seen the helmets?
Yeah, they were pretty cool. Reminded me of like how Cincinnati did.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty
The
cool.
whiteout.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, they're dope.
I like that a lot. The one orange stripe right down the middle.
Yep.
It's good.
Mhm.
Well, are we all in consensus here? Hot or
oh
not?
no,
Hot.
those are. So,
Yeah, that was fire.
I saw them on Instagram. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hot.
Those are crazy.
And then the Seahawks had to drop theirs the next day.
Yeah,
didn't-
of
I'm
course.
like, oh man, the throwbacks.
They had their classics.
I
And
didn't
those
see
were
the
those were
Seahawks.
fun. You didn't see the Seahawks one?
Those are fire.
Or the Seahawks? Let me check it out.
Those might be the best ones in the league.
Seahawks
I love those
throwback.
uniforms.
Those like with the old school bird
Yep,
and then the
mhm.
colors that pop a little
Yep.
bit. Yeah, that's perfect. You looking it up right now?
Oh yeah, no, those are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tampa's bringing back the creamsicles too.
I heard
Are
about
they?
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. The Bills keep teasing their red alternates.
Those color rush. I don't know how long. It was like a couple years ago. The red color rush
Mhm.
jerseys were so clean.
I wish that they were able to not do the red on red. I
Yeah,
wish
like
it was the
a bit
red
like
on
red
white.
on white. Like Josh Allen, I think did for one of the practices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the red helmet, that was pretty.
The
that was
red
fire.
helmet. I like the red helmets. So
Yeah.
nice.
Did you guys see that Labatt blue?
Yeah, I've seen that.
The
Mhm.
throwback tee is what they
Yeah.
called it. Let me pull up the press release real quick.
Yeah, the Bills got some nice throwback unis. I'm just
They,
not sure which ones they're gonna use.
Yeah, I know. I hope they don't use the navy blue ones from the mid
Oh, man,
2000s.
those were
Those are
ugly.
the ugliest
Yeah.
uniforms I've.
Those were bad.
Those
were
are
bad.
terrible.
Yeah, those were bad.
Those
I have
are
a.
god awful.
I think it's a Lee Evans jersey that's sitting in my closet in that like style.
It's disgusting.
Oh, my sister's got a Drew Bledsoe jersey in that. One. Or no, not Drew Bledsoe. Trent Edwards. There's a Trent Edwards
Yeah.
jersey that's just sitting
Just
back
sitting
there.
back there.
We got
She's
no
never
Yankees.
busting that thing out. No Yankees?
No.
No update? Oh man.
She texted me, no Yankees.
No Yankees. Dang.
It's unfortunate.
Dang.
Heartbroken.
It's because you're gonna have to get your Panera, your typical
No,
post
I
show.
think they closed now at like 8.
Oh.
That's
What are you gonna
everything
do?
closes at 8.
What
Why
do
is,
you-
why is the Como closing at 8 o'clock?
Man.
Like,
Are
why are
they
you
still
open?
s-
They're open for 4 hours.
Are they
a day.
still selling the Como? What's going on with that? Do you know?
I actually don't know. I should probably go talk to the bartender dude. What's his name? Frankie, something like that.
Frankie, the man. All right, this was the Labatt release. So they This was their president, associate brand manager for Labatt USA said, "There is no group of fans more passionate than Bills Mafia. I'm right there with them. I still love rewatching clips of Bruce Smith destroying the competition and Jim Kelly's K-Gun offense. Throwback T is all about celebrating Bills' dominance then and now. The support from Labatt fans and Bills Mafia has been so incredible over the past 2 seasons. They show up for every new Labatt release during football season. This year, we wanted to bring them a product that not only connects to the game on the field, but is also designated as an official sponsor of Bills Mafia." So, yeah, Labatt Blue really kind of diving into this partnership with Bills Mafia.
What is Labatt?
What?
What is Labatt?
Oh,
Blue.
man, I
Beer.
forget that we have a youngin'.
It's a beer. I figured
We
when
got
you
a
said
youngin'
blue-
on
when you
set
put
with
blue
us.
at the end. I just figured it was a beer. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's the Buffalo-based brew. It's the brew of choice for most Buffalonians. Just ask your dad about it.
Nah, he doesn't drink beer.
He doesn't drink beer. Ask a
disgusting.
random family member, like over the age of like 40, and they'll tell you.
I don't drink it all, but I know it's just a beer company. That's all I really know.
Man, we learn something new about you every week.
I
Or we
have
actually
a lot.
learn the opposite. We learn something that you don't know that.
Every week.
I don't know a lot of things. I like to learn a lot of things.
And you know what? And then that comes out of it. You learn something new every day, every
day.
week, every
Every
episode. You learn something new. Yeah, what's this?
A useless piece of information I can use in a family conversation.
In a game of Jeopardy.
There you go.
Anyone else
Never
played
know when you're gonna
Jeopardy?
need it.
I play Jeopardy.
Exactly.
We play Family Jeopardy sometimes in the holidays.
Family Jeopardy gets kind of crazy for us.
Very competitive.
Haymakers are thrown.
Speaking of the Bills, they just parted ways with their EVP, Ron Rakoya, who was kind of spearheading the new stadium. So not much else has came out of that just yet, but Ron Rakoya is out. Terry Pagula steps in as team president. I'll be really interested to see, thoughts and prayers and everything. We're thinking about Kim Pagula. We haven't heard any updates from her, but it seems like she's going to be taking some time away just to focus on her rest and recovery. A lot of tight-lipping going on in the Bills front office, but hopefully everything is going well with them, and hopefully there isn't much of a lapse in changes with Terry Pagula taking over.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Terry Pagula after what he's been doing to the Sabres. And the band. I guess the Bandits have done good. They just won the championship.
Yeah, they've done just all right, bringing home the national championship.
They're always
some
good.
late.
No, they were terrible when Terry the Pagulas first bought them. The Sabres have sucked since they've gotten better, but they just.
I don't know. This seems like the year for it. I feel like
You think
everything's
so?
going to kind of come together. I don't follow hockey as much as I should. As a Buffalo
No, I
Buffalonian.
didn't really either until the past year, but I've been following the Sabres.
I know they have a really good young core, and
They do.
the best way I can kind of describe it in football terms is they're. It feels like going into the season they're like the 2019 Bills, where it was just a young team
that's what they are.
with a lot of upside.
A lot of potential. They have some goal. They need goalkeeping.
Yep.
Bad.
I went to my first game actually.
First Sabres game?
Yeah, I went. Sam McDavid played.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The games are very intense. I like it.
It's fun.
And he was. I don't know much about hockey, but I could tell he was
Kind of
better than everybody else.
He's the Mahomes.
Yeah. He was all over the place.
I like Sabres. I don't watch a lot of Sabres on TV, but I love going to the games.
Yeah, the games are cool. They're
The
definitely
games
cool.
are so fun.
Yeah.
I would go when my when me and my ex dated, because she was a big Sabres fan. We would go together, and she the entire time just head in hand, just because some bad play would happen, she would just start flipping out. I'm like, you're such like your father, because she really acts the exact same.
Are you? Do you have any bad feelings going into Sabres games now because of that? Okay,
Oh,
good.
no, I don't.
good.
It
seemed like we were getting kind of sad for a
Yeah.
second.
No. She got me into golfing. I just went golfing today.
Okay, all right, there you go. There's some
good came out of it. Some good came out of the relationship.
Oh no, her dad gave me like an entire like I have.
Oh, some physical, literal good
Yeah.
came out of this
yeah,
relationship.
no, like I have my entire bag, my bag,
Yeah.
my irons, some wedges, a couple of my drivers, all from her dad.
That's dope.
He's just
All
giving
right.
away, and I was like, okay.
Yo,
I've
shout
yet
out
to-
him.
I've yet to spend $1 on golf clubs.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Not for real.
I got a buddy. Shout out Ross. Ross Pachaco. He worked at Golf Galaxy at one point in time, and I'm a lefty, so
Yeah.
it's tough to find
Oh,
lefty
yeah.
clubs.
I used to think I was lefty, but
You used to
I
think you were lefty?
Well, sorry, I'm congested. When I first started playing, I was playing lefty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that I was ambidextrous, like in golf or like in any sports that have sticks. Because my dad, like, I'm just talking about my dad about getting, like, I'm trying to find a lefty golf set.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you know, we're all ambidextrous, right? Like, your grandfather used to play lefty and righty. And I was like,
It's kind of sick.
I guess I should try.
Switch hitter.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
because
but you got-
I tried righty and I was like, whoa, I just drove it like 200 yards.
So Ross.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, I learned that you were ambidextrous this week.
Not in writing.
No.
God awful.
Just sports.
He hooked me up with a free driver the one time. He was like,
Can
I was
meet
like,
this guy?
Ross, I was like, yo, like, help me find a lefty club. I'm not trying to spend too much because I don't golf like very seriously. Just
Yeah.
something to go to the course with. He goes, hold on, let me check the back for you. And then
Does
he
he
comes
still
back
work
out.
there?
I don't know.
Can
This
you
is
find
this
out
is a
for
couple
me?
years
I
ago.
need a
I
new
need
driver. I need it.
We're gonna start a line at the door of Golf Galaxy of everyone asking for Ross Pachaco.
Not for real.
It's gonna be like Golf Galaxy, and then like in the back alleyway, you just see him in like a little tent, handing out golf gear.
That's crazy.
And I guess there was like it was like returns that they couldn't resell. So he was like,
okay.
here, you can take
Yeah,
this.
Take this one.
It was like a $200 driver that I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
for free. I was like, you know what? It's fun to have friends in high places.
For real.
Exactly. I need to make a friend of Golf Galaxy. I just need to find somebody who just looks not happy working there.
Moving on, Mike also wanted to include. He can't be here with us tonight, but he wanted us to do some more NFL grid trivia. Have you seen a lot of the grid trivia that's been coming out recently?
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that.
I'm not plugged in right now, but I have the thing here. So as I'm pulling that up, I'll real quick explain to anyone watching. So Dynasty Daddy dropped a. They do it like Wordle, where it's every single day. It is a grid challenge. You get like 9 guesses to fill out the grid, and there's like teams, stats, or players.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get that up here. Dynasty Daddy.
Just throwing shots in the chat for no reason.
Who's throwing shots?
Mike, look at him.
Oh yeah, he said you smell.
Like, I texted him. I was like, "What the heck, man?"
Why'd you say I smell? All right, so okay, this is the grid now for this year. We're gonna just enable Mr. Unlimited mode because All right, cool. It's got some Bills players on here. So where do we want to start here? We got our x-axis is Kansas City, Buffalo, and 200 receiving yards in one game since 1999. Then the y-axis is Chargers, Packers, and 3 rushing touchdowns in one game since 1999. Starting with Bills and Chargers. Anyone have anything here? Forrest Lamp.
Ooh,
Oh,
That's-
a good one.
That's a name.
That's a solid one.
No?
No.
I guess because Forrest Lamp didn't. You know what? He was cut before the season started,
I'm trying
so
to
he doesn't count. Why can't I think of any
Was
Bills Chargers?
Stevie Johnson play for that?
Did Stevie Johnson play for the Chargers?
I may be tripping.
Did he have like a league or like a
No.
single?
I may be thinking of Niners when he went there.
It was
Steve
Steve Johnson.
Johnson.
There he is. Yeah, he's in a
Oh.
Chargers uniform.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins, Green Bay Bills.
Sammy Watkins, Green Bay Bills. That's another good one. I forgot that Sammy Watkins had a stint
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, he was with. I wonder if the Chiefs Chargers Melvin Ingram.
Yeah. No,
Chiefs Chargers, Melvin Ingram. That's easy.
That's what I was thinking.
Chiefs Packers.
Chargers. Chiefs Packers.
Frank Clark was never on the Packers, was he?
Not that I can remember.
200 receiving yards in one game. I gotta think Keenan Allen did that once, right?
Yeah, either him or Cooper Cup. Or not. Why did I say Cooper Cup?
Keenan Allen never had 200 receiving yards in a single
I'm
game.
trying to think of some other.
Mike Williams?
Oh, yeah, Mike Williams. That's 100%.
Mike Williams didn't either.
I'm trying to think. Chargers. Was it Vincent Jackson?
Oh, that's a good guess.
That is.
Vincent Jackson, where are you? He's on there. Yeah, 88% of people. So I like how it tells you that the percentage of people that guessed that too.
Yeah.
88% were on that one.
I'm guessing Green Bay has to be Vincent. Not Vincent Jackson. Devontae Adams.
That's got to be. That's.
Oh.
Yep. Easy.
Yeah,
Kansas City, Green Bay. What's his name? Scantling.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
I forgot about him.
I remember that name. I don't.
Yeah, you can't forget that name.
No, that's exactly why.
79.68 people said that. So here we go. 3 rushing touchdowns in one game since '99. Starting with the Bills has got to be. I feel like LaShawn McCoy did that once.
No, LaShawn McCoy definitely did that.
Yep, he did.
That was definitely
that. He did.
Kansas City. Oh, that last one is impossible.
200 receiving yards and 3 rushing touchdowns in one game. Did Le'Veon Bell do that against the Bills? Did I make that up? He had, I think, 200 all-purpose yards, but I don't know how much of that was or wasn't. No, Le'Veon Bell did not do that.
200 receiving and 3 rushing.
3 rushing for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Did Pacheco do that last year? No, he didn't.
I'm gonna throw it back. What about Priest Holmes?
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking like before
Larry Johnson.
Man,
Yeah,
Terrell, you're cleaning up.
That was my guy back in the day. As a little boy, I had the Priest Holmes jersey. That was my boy.
That's awesome.
200
Priest
receiving
Holmes.
yards and 3 touchdowns.
200 receiving.
Both are
and 3
since '99.
Randy Moss got to be up there.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 3 rushing touchdowns? Or?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
3
Oh,
rushing.
yeah, I'm
3
tripping out.
rushing
3
touchdowns and 200 receiving yards. Did LaDainian Tomlinson do that? I'm trying to think of just like all-time greats at the position. Nope, Tomlinson didn't do that. 200 receiving yards. Did Tyreek Hill do this?
No. I doubt it.
No, Tyreek Hill did not do it.
That's a lot. I can't even think of anybody that.
Like someone that just put on. Alvin Kamara had that one
I can't
time
even think
where
of any
they.
running backs that had like 200 yards receiving.
It wasn't Alvin Kamara.
I think it has to be somebody a bit.
Aaron
A
Jones.
while ago.
Since 90, it's one that exists. It's just a matter of who.
I think it's somebody that was some years ago, maybe, because I don't remember that in recent memory.
Who's the guy? Wasn't there a guy in the Colts?
Jonathan Taylor.
No, back in the day, like the 2000s. What's his name?
No, you're not talking about Edgerrin James.
No, he was I think he was running back for the Colts.
I can't think of who. Do we give up? I don't know. I can't think of anyone. Let me go to Pro Football Reference real quick and
who did this?
take a
Don't
look
bother
at leaders in why not in receiving reception leaders. single season.
Marshall Falk. Isn't it Marshall Falk? Falk?
If he did it, I don't remember. I mean, I was young, so.
It was probably when he was on the Rams, I think. I know he got drafted. He got drafted to the Colts.
There it is.
It was Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk. What game was that?
Man, he went crazy. Man, it was some greatest show on turf days.
There's someone watching that
Yeah,
was
it's the
just
greatest show on
screaming.
turf.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. That's where I remember.
Wow, Ben, the youngin pulled that one
I
out.
know, right?
I couldn't even think of that.
I think.
I could not remember that one. I knew it had to be a while ago.
Let's see, receiving. Yeah, it was 1999, 12/26 when he. Or no, this was that wasn't that because he only had
He
one.
had 0 rushing touchdowns. No, it was 2000. Oh my God, I'm a genius.
Oh man,
How many rushing yards did he have?
I have no idea.
he had 43 rushing yards here, 65 rushing yards here.
Or receiving yards.
I guess. Oh, you know what? It didn't have to be in the same game. It had to be a player that had both 3 rushing touchdowns in one game and 200 receiving yards in one game. But still, Marshall Falk is the only one that did that.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. 3 rushing touchdowns and
he had to have like a game where he had 3 rushing touchdowns, and then he had to have another game where he had 200 receiving.
Okay. in the
I
same
see.
season,
Yeah,
not the
we
same-
were
I just
thinking
know-
of it
I
the
thought-
way.
I was thinking
Mhm.
same game.
That's what I was
just know
thinking too.
something because I saw a TikTok about like greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
12/26/99. That was when he did it for St. Louis.
I was about to say 200 yards receiving and 3 rushing touchdowns in a game would be.
No, that's a dog.
All right,
those
back
are,
to it.
Those are fun though.
So that was our grid trivia of the week. Mike, hope you were watching. He was probably screaming Marshall Falk on the
Falk.
other end.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't even know how I pulled that.
That was good. That was
came right
good.
out the bank.
I was
That
kind of
and,
shocked there.
What was the other one I said? What was the other guy I said?
You said I don't even know who you.
The Colts Chargers, Chiefs. I thought no.
Oh, you had Marquez Valdez-Scantling
Yeah,
too that you
there
pulled
you go.
out. That was good. That was solid.
I just know that name. That name, that's just a funny name.
There's a YouTuber that I watch, Chisel Adonis. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Never heard of him.
He does game highlight commentary,
Yeah.
and he says Marquez Valdez-Scantling's name like hilarious. And
Yeah.
he goes Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Like, you gotta watch it. You got.
I gotta check it out.
Let's get paid real quick before we talk about fantasy football. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Underdog Fantasy. We are proud to be partnered with Underdog Fantasy, and we want to talk to you about the biggest fantasy football tournament of all time, Best Ball Mania 4. Don't know what Best Ball is? It's simple. You just enter Best Ball Mania on Underdog's slick mobile app, draft your team, and that's it. Yep, it's set and forget as Underdog optimizes your lineup weekly to create the highest scoring one. It's here. It's Best Ball Mania 4, and it's your shot at a first-place prize of $3 million. Get signed up on UnderdogFantasy.com or via the App Store with promo code BIGYAC. That's BIGYAC, and we'll get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code BIGYAC, BIGYAC. Must be 18 years old or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. And if you're concerned with your play, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY for help today. So let's get into it. Fantasy football. Well, on the topics of running backs today, we talked about running backs.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit pre show. You're looking to hop into fantasy
sir.
this year.
Yeah,
You
for
have
sure.
no one that's in the leagues. So I want to talk a little bit about redraft strategy. I was explaining a little bit about my strategy with Dynasty, but we're getting really close to draft season.
This is redraft.
So redraft is
I'm a
the
fantasy newbie.
all good. That's what we're here
I
for.
play like the NFL fantasy.
So fantasy football as a whole, there's the Dynasty, Keeper, and Redraft. So Redraft is your standard. Every year you have a draft, you pick your
okay.
players. It's like the standard
That's like the
league.
standard one.
Keeper is you choose one player or two players, sometimes even three players that you had from your redraft league last year to keep into next year and then at the price of a draft pick. Dynasty, we talk about Dynasty all the time. That is, you draft your team and you keep them forever. So we've been talking a lot of Dynasty lately. I definitely want to talk about redraft season because we're about a month away. Most redraft leagues that I'm in, most just in general, typically draft right around preseason. They draft week 1 or week 2 of preseason and then go from there. So a lot of times, the strategy in the past has always been get your running back first round and then get a stud wide receiver and then go from there. But in years past and recently, we've seen the zero running back strategy start up. So by zero running back, we talk about getting 2 wide receivers first because they are much hotter commodities as opposed to now a league that is running back by committee centric and running backs are getting less focal points on offense. A lot of teams have opted to going zero running back strategy. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts. What's your typical draft strategy when you're going through fantasy? Are you picking just best player available, or are you trying to target specific positions going into it?
I never usually get like a top pick, so I'm like always like in the middle or like towards the back end. But last year I actually did something a little different. I took Josh Allen in like the second round because I knew he was going to run a lot. And he's going to obviously throw the ball a ton. But it depends who's there. Like I usually like the running backs like Alvin Kamara, those guys. Like I'm saying, I'm drafting later. But receivers are good too, especially like if you get Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's going to get a ton of targets.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the year, and you don't see this often. This might be the year where we have a wide receiver that will more often than not be taken first overall. A lot of times it's your Christian McCaffrey or it's your Austin Eckler that will get drafted first overall.
Because you go Tyreek Hill too.
Tyreek Hill is definitely going to sneak into the first round, maybe on the second round curve.
And then what's his name on the borderline too? Travis Kelce is always.
And that's the thing with, do you take a tight end? I actually had a list here. Do you take Travis Kelce and then figure out the rest from there?
I just always look at like how many targets a guy gets. Like when you watch the Chiefs, Travis Kelce is going to get a ton of targets. Like nobody usually takes him out the game.
Right.
So it's like, and he's a great red zone threat. So I mean, I don't think it would be a bad get.
Right,
in the late first round,
especially in redraft leagues. It's his first. This is kind of like the first year where people are kind of like, his age is getting up there, but I don't know. I think Travis Kelce is still a safe bet this year. Definitely, like you're saying, in the late first round. If I might, depending on how my draft falls, I probably will be taking Travis Kelce.
Like last year, I got lucky too because I forgot to draft a running back actually. So like in the mid round, I'm like, oh, Josh Jacobs.
You were going zero running back without even realizing.
I'm just like as a receiver, I love receivers, so I'm just drafting all the guys. But then like Josh Jacobs was still available, and I'm like, oh, I'll just draft him. And then
easy.
It's like those. So when you find those gems, and like Jamal Williams was another one. Like I was able to pick him up off the free agent wire. Because, and then he's scoring. He's not getting a bunch of yards, but he's scoring a ton of touchdowns.
Man,
so
can I join that league that you're in?
There was a bunch of guys from my team last season.
You were cleaning up.
Mid round, I also got lucky. I think a lot of guys forgot about D-Hop since he suspended, so I didn't have him high. So he kind of just slipped through the cracks, and then that was somebody,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played fantasy in like a couple years, but like back in the day, I think like 2018 maybe, I always Derrick Henry first.
Yep.
And then from there, I just worked down the wide receiver
2018,
list.
that's when like Zeke was a first round pick
Zeke
too.
Was top pick.
Zeke was a dog back in the day.
Zeke,
but that, like you said, that's what's interesting is like when you do the draft because like people like Dalvin Cook don't have a team,
right?
Like Kareem Hunt don't have a team,
right? And where are these guys gonna
Kareem
fall?
Hunt is a great a gem. That's it. Like if he falls,
it depending on what team he goes to.
Go.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of usage. Like he's age 27. He's going into his age 28 season right now. But he doesn't have a lot of tread because he's been behind Nick Chubb. Exactly. Nick. By the way, Nick Chubb. He's another guy.
I like Nick Chubb. I always liked Kareem Hunt way more than Nick Chubb, to be honest.
They're two. I think they complement each other.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. I did like how the Browns ran that offense.
With Kareem Hunt out of the picture now going into this season, I think Nick Chubb will kind of sneak into the first round, and this is where your strategy kind of comes into play. Where I see myself going back to the way of old and doing running back, and then drafting your receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, there's 32 starting running backs in the league. there's 96 starting wide receivers in the league.
Because there's always gonna be gems. Like you look at like guys like Alexander Madison starting off for the Vikings. Like what kind of year will he have? You know,
Right.
Most people probably won't be drafting him pretty high, but so you might take some receivers and then I'll just draft him, see how he does. You know, so
you got your guys. You like your receivers.
Exactly.
Who, if you had one overall, you had your pick of
in a draft, a fantasy draft.
Who are you picking?
Oh no, it's up in the air between Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
probably one of those two. I'll probably go Justin Jefferson though because they use him a ton. Like no matter if they're double teaming him, triple teaming him, like they're gonna throw him the ball. So I mean,
he's just such an intergenerational talent.
Yeah, like he's
over in Vikings.
Yeah, I would definitely take Justin Jefferson.
No, 100%.
Because
he just gets so many targets.
He really could have had 2,000 yards last season.
Yeah,
it's will have 200,
unreal
this season.
Like watching that game against the Bills last season, I'm like, man, that was like the first time I think I really just watched the whole game. And just watched him play, and I was like, sheesh.
Like his talent is so, and he fell into the perfect situation too in Minnesota, where they already had a pretty solid offense. Adam Thielen was starting to decline with his age, but it was the perfect storm. They had a great running game around them, great offensive pieces, and Kirk Cousins, who's a solid
good starter. Like he's just a reliable quarterback. Like
you know what you're gonna get from him.
He's not, exactly. He's not too good, but he's not bad. Like he's reliable.
He doesn't know. Like he's not gonna lose you any games.
Exactly. And they had Adam Thielen. They had Stephon Diggs back when he was at Minnesota still.
So he shifted. You lost Stephon Diggs, then you drafted Justin Jefferson, and you didn't skip a beat. Right, exactly.
That team was, I mean, I would say they upgraded.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is a good one too.
He's good.
He's a good pick.
It's just Justin Jefferson's.
I think that trade, and I've said it before on this show, I'll say it again. That trade worked out perfectly for both teams.
Like the biggest win-win I think I've seen.
The Bills 100%. Needed a wide receiver that was already established.
They needed a target.
Because nobody knew Justin Jefferson was going to be
exactly.
Justin
And then the Vikings got their stud.
Like in hindsight, like Buffalo just draft Justin Jefferson, but you don't know Justin Jefferson is going to be Justin Jefferson.
There's a segment that we won't have time to get to tonight, but we were talking about it earlier in the week when we were kind of planning out this episode. Was like an NFL what if, and for the Bills, the biggest what if was the Bills were in position to draft Patrick Mahomes, and they were in position to draft Justin Jefferson. Could you imagine if there's an alternate reality somewhere where the Bills?
Crazy.
I think it's just interesting though because if you pick Patrick Mahomes, you don't get. Who was it? Josh Allen, Tremaine Evans, and Tre'Davious White.
Yes.
It's like,
so you have to take those players away.
And then Pat Mahomes doesn't sit a year behind a quarterback. Learn from
Andy Reid. He starts from
There's a lot of things you got to take into consideration when you say those things.
Right.
It's like in hindsight looking like, Pat Mahomes, you get Pat Mahomes, but do you have a Travis Kelce type player with him? Do you have the right mind? So
right. Do you have a Tyreek Hill?
Exactly.
Do you have a Kareem Hunt when he was Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into that. So it is a good question, though, you ask.
It was a fun thought exercise. I think in future weeks we'll try to dive into that more. But just think about that alternate reality somewhere in the multiverse where Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, but he's on the Bills, and Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson on the Bills, and
no, definitely.
But even then, it's like Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. It's like they're so like they've been such ingrained into Buffalo culture that it's like I couldn't see a different pairing.
Yeah, no, it was like the perfect match. I think they did a good job with that one.
I agree. That is all I had on the docket for today, as we're sitting on about 1 hour into the stream. Did anyone want to add anything through the week, or
how was your weekend, Nico?
Weekend was good. It was real good. I actually, what did I do Saturday? I worked Saturday, so I didn't do much. But then Sunday was the Zoomagination.
Yeah,
so,
I forgot.
So that was fun.
Oh,
but everything was good. It was a quiet weekend, and one of those are kind of nice having those quiet weekends.
I didn't get any party stories this weekend.
No grad parties this weekend.
Nah.
Or they were just mid.
I'm trying to jog my memory.
Were the grad parties mid?
They sucked. All right, so here we go. So I was at, when was it? Sunday. Saturday, I had my friend Mikey's grad party. I'm rooming with him at Brockport. And that was a rager, but it was pouring. It was pouring. So we had it was his backyard. We had his garage. They had a couple tables and chairs set up. There were people rolling dice in one corner.
Yeah.
You had kids with, the big syringe, like where you put alcohol in it.
Yeah.
They had that going on, and then my fault. It was not alcohol though, and they were
It was juice, right?
Well, the people who were doing it were 21, so
Okay,
So
you were watching, you were
Um,
spectating.
Yeah.
And then outside we had 2 tents. Yeah, no, I'm never doing that. That's psycho. Like it's just like those like water things in pools. It's just one of those. You just squirt it into your mouth. It's weird as hell. But and then they had like 2 like canopy tents outside, just back side to side, and one had a pong table under it, and one had just like a normal table to sit in.
Yeah.
And I was just running pong all night. You know me.
Cleaning up.
Cleaning
house, man. Clean the house.
I just got a shirt. I wish I wore it today. I don't know what it's. Oh, so it's a pong shirt, right? So it has all the cups, and it says "My goal is any cup." And I said that's my party shirt from now on. That's really all I go. That's the only reason I go to parties.
Just run pong.
Pong is so fun. I'm trying to become like that guy for when I go to college.
Yeah, you want to be pong guy.
I want to be like when I pull up to a party. Oh my God, my duo is here. That's when I want to be.
Me and my dad are the lawn game champions.
Oh,
Anytime we roll up to the family party, me and my dad, if we are in a lawn game, we're running. So
cornhole, I'm a dog.
We brought cornhole to my great grandma's 85th birthday party. So it was it was all nice. It was a great vibe.
Yep.
Everyone's hanging out. We're all playing in the yard games.
A bunch of elderly folk.
And then we took out the cornhole and we set it up. We said, "All right, let's play."
Yep.
Ran through every single duo that wanted to play, packed it up, and went home. Packed them up and packed it up.
That's really what I would be doing at some of these parties. Like I went to a party. It was at Lackawanna.
Yeah.
This was.
Oh, I mean, you were probably just dusting up the Lackawanna kids.
Oh, they were awful. We got there. It was in the middle of a forest. I think I told you, right, that it was in the forest.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah,
dude, we went to that one. Clean.
Do you just go to these parties to play pong?
Like you just going to play pong.
So do you know the people that are graduating, or you're just rolling up and running table? That's real menace behavior.
On Sunday, I went to an actual grad party during the day in GI. Then I went home and then went to another GI grad party, but that was like a later one at 10. But it was lame, low key. There was 20 people, but they were all clicked up, in their old little set. And I walked up, pong table, clear cups. What type of psycho?
I never seen that one.
Clear, and it was windy as hell. Yeah. It was just 20-mile-an-hour winds. We're trying to throw it, ball goes all the way over there.
Not a good day for pong.
No, I hopped on with this kid named Ben that I met.
Ben Squared, huh?
That's what they called us. They called us Ben Squared.
Oh my God.
He was like, "You want to run Ben Squared?" And I was like, "Let's go." So we hopped on. Boom, bucket, balls back. Bucket, balls back. We were like, we're heating up. Bucket. We're both on fire, so we both kick balls back, and they take 2 cups out. And then he missed, and then I just went on 5 cups. Ah, dude.
Cleaned house.
We cleaned house.
Terrell, you got any games what's your go-to game?
Yeah, party game.
Honestly, I play pretty much whatever's there. I like horseshoes.
Okay,
horseshoes are pretty cool.
I've played that.
Horseshoes is actually pretty cool.
It's tough because no one has horseshoes anymore.
No,
you got to go to parks.
Exactly. But it's actually pretty cool when you play it though. Pong is cool though. I'll play it.
Pong is easy because you can set it up anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm thinking of investing in a pong table.
Investing? You mean just get the fold-out table?
No, this dude I'm friends with,
Or you guys want to like make one? That's like the
Yeah,
No,
I was say,
no,
yeah.
You know, when I went to Syracuse, that was like
Yeah.
every frat had one of those like make your own tables.
Pong table.
It's kind of like a make your own, but no, he bought a $200 Pong table.
Like, it was a table like designated for
He's
Pong.
he dedicated.
Yeah, it has it dude. Like you look at it, it's like you're like tripping out. Like it's like those like hallucinogenic like patterns on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just has LEDs on the outside.
I feel like that would distract me.
I must say, I only put on one of those Bills Mafia fold-up tables. They put
Yeah, just the white fold-up table. That's
put it
my
up
that's my go-to.
No, for real.
That's what I normally play on.
Yeah, I ain't never really seen nothing else.
No, back in the day, my mom said they used to play on like 8-foot tables. Like,
Oh yeah, we get real deep.
Oh, on Saturday when we were playing Pong at my friend's, there was these two old heads, like 40, 50 years old.
I thought you were gonna say like 30.
I'm about to say I did too. I definitely
No,
did too.
40, 50, no, like they're like dads, and they're like, so like if this is the table right here, this dude's playing all the way back here, just bucket city. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. This
I hate people that start leaning over their table.
They're
Yo,
like,
you're cheating.
back up,
some
like
of
back
the
up.
girls, dude, they just get like
Yeah, you basically at the cup already.
exactly.
Just drop it in there.
On that note, that is all we got today for the Big Yak podcast. Thank you, Terrell, for joining us once again. It's always great having you on.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for
talking to
having
you.
me, man.
Good catching up with
Most
you.
definitely.
Thank you to Ben for running the show today. Thank you to Emerge. Thank you to Moranto. Thank you to BICBP Radio Network. Thank you to everyone watching and listening.
Underdog.
And thank you to Underdog. Thank you for reminding me we got to get paid. Thank you to everyone watching and listening. Thank you, Underdog. Thank you, everyone else. That is all we have for you today. Mike, have fun tonight. Enjoy your special opportunity. Hopefully you can talk about it a little bit more when you come back. Yeah, well, hopefully you're having fun. Keep us posted as to what's going on.
Keep us posted about posts.
That's all we got, guys. See you next week.